Okay, welcome back everyone for another episode of Master of Command. Today we're going to be continuing our playthrough with the King's Household. Let's take a quick look at our doctrines real quick. So we've got extra reservists coming in every day, casualties being restored after battles. So between the two of these, we should be really good on manpower. Ammunition consumption is going to go down. That's awesome. Charge is up, reload is up. Cool. I like what we've picked. Let's take a look at our army. Right, we need to get a little bit of manpower to finish topping off some of these units. French provincials, royal recruits. Okay. So one thing that I've been thinking about is we really need to get more experience on these guys because they were weak in Act 1, but in Act 2 they're going to be really weak. So we need to hurry up and get some experience on them. Do I have another spontoon lying around? I do. It's on the Royo Grenadiers. I think I would rather our Royal Recruits had it. So let's go ahead and take away their cross pendants, give them the spontoons. We'll give them the cross pendants. They can make a little bit of use out of that. I see the Royal Grenadiers being a little bit more useful than the Royal Recruits, so we want to get them leveled up as soon as possible. We need to get our French Provincial cavalry leveled up as well. I don't think I took a look at the loot, so let's see what we even have here. Let's see, beer. What is this? Melee damage. We could put the spirit rations on someone. Maybe we put it on, well, but the French provincial cavalry shouldn't be going into melee. So I hold off on them for a minute. The blanket rolls, I definitely want to put on probably one of our cavalry units. Maybe the gendarmerie. Let's grab the supply cache. Take what we can. And we'll come back to look at this. Oh, I like this. We can get cheap cavalry here, which we are short ideally two cavalry units, is what we're still lacking. We could also get some foreign recruits here if we so desire. This is going to be a bad city for buying anything. Well, buying cavalry or any units, I should say. All of the convoys are in the south, so we'll go that way. Yeah, there's actually like nothing up in the north. That's kind of interesting. So what we'll do is we'll come along here. If we find any like villages, we'll raid them because we need to raid 5 to get our doctrine. So maybe there's like a village or two along the way. We'll raid both of those, and then hopefully we'll have enough money to buy at least one cavalry brigade, or sorry, one cavalry regiment, and then we can keep on going. And maybe we circle back here, like come down here, do a loop around, and if we have enough money, we can come back and buy some more units here. Definitely not here. This city and this city they're not going to be good for buying units. Yeah, and we'll be able to get the convoys pretty easily. Let me just think for a moment. I will hold off on upgrading our units for now. If we run into a patrol that we think is a little scary, then we can consider equipping some of these items. I like this more. There, the charge and the move speed I think is a little bit better than the morale and stamina. Artillery can definitely use this. Here, let's get rid of... Get rid of the toe worm for now. Give you that. We also have this buckshot, which I wouldn't mind putting on our Royal Scots. Maybe we take off their gun picks and give them the buckshot. Okay. These earthworks are good. I'm not going to upgrade anyone at the moment to use them, but we can put them on later. Do I want to go investigate the battlefield? Yeah, we can go check it out real quick. And we can get a light cavalry unit out of it. Not a light cavalry, but a cavalry unit. Let's hope we get it. We did. So some free gentleman cavalry. Awesome. We did take some attrition doing it, so let's actually lead our royal recruits a little bit and let everyone else get the chance to keep replenishing. Okay. Good. And we actually have a full army at the moment. We're gonna need to open up a new brigade over here. So I'll need to generate some. I'm just gonna bring these guys down in case I need manpower for this upcoming encampment. Okay. Yeah, let's get our guys some more experience. Then we'll keep on moving. Come over to this village here. I'm not... I was gonna say I'm not gonna bother going to check out that battlefield, but maybe I will. Just because I really want to stock up before we get to the city here. So let's move down here. Replenishing. Unfortunately, we didn't have any manpower because I used it all. So let's hope that we don't take the attrition, which we did, unfortunately. So, are there any spontoons in here? No. Some royal recruits. I mean, we're just gonna end up burning this. Just gonna end up burning this village down because we need the money. So let's buy like a teensy bit of manpower. Let's get these guys going up. Okay. And then let's raid it. When does the HQ come? Oh, stop notifying them. Please. Please stop notifying them. No. Okay. So we got some not great items. Really okay items. Yeah, we'll give them some food and then continue onwards. Here's another battlefield. Which maybe I'll do that when I circle back around. Let's come over here. Oh, actually I want to visit these slums. I didn't see them for a second there. And yes, let's pay to know where every army is. So there's a patrol over here. Pretty sizable one, 18,000, 15,000. Okay, so we'll definitely fight these 3 patrols over here. And then they're pretty big, almost 20,000 men. Where are the encamped armies? One here, one here, one here. Okay. So ideally, we will loop down along here, take out these patrols. Maybe come back up here and buy some more cavalry, because we need... thinking we need at least 1 more cavalry unit. And then we can proceed. Maybe over here, buy up a bunch of food, and then try to fight all the encamped armies. Or the HQ comes for us. These are all very sizable armies. Okay. So how much are cavalry gonna be here? Okay. I don't want these hussars. So the only unit we're really interested in buying are the French dragoons. And unfortunately, we don't have the money to open a new brigade and to purchase them. We do have a lot of items that we could potentially sell off, but I think that I would like to do this fight and then see about buying the cavalry. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. They outnumber us a little bit, but we have pretty good quality. Here, let's actually switch you to over here. We do have pretty good quality cavalry, so I'm confident that we can win. Maybe I will sell off some of the things that like I won't be using, that I'm fairly certain I won't be using. Just to make a little money to get an upgrade or two. I don't think I need the coffee. Spirit rations are useful. I'm not going to use the entrenching tool, probably. Okay. So then with that, let's... Oh, can you guys upgrade? Oh, nice. I didn't even realize. Now we've got 2 gendarmerie. And here, instead of those boots, take the horseshoes. And let's give you the blanket, the haversack, and a spirit ration. And then let's go ahead and get these earthworks on some of our men. Let's give the Swiss some earthworks, and I'd love to give the Veteran Fusiliers earthworks as well. Maybe I'll give these guys earthworks, because it's cheaper to upgrade them. Okay. So now with that, let's get into this battle. Make a bunch of money so that we can buy our Dragoons and open up a new brigade slot. So they're running away, so they think that we're stronger. Okay, they've got a lot of infantry and they've got a fair bit of cavalry. Let's go ahead and get into this battle. I have an idea that I want to try out. Because those British Dragoons kept doing a bunch of damage to us, I have an idea for maybe how we can take a little less damage on our cavalry. And it involves using the Royal Scots as a meat shield, basically. And I'll explain a little more once we get into the battle. Yeah, so these Dragoons don't have as good accuracy as the British did. These are actually fairly decent, but the British Dragoons were definitely superior. But I'm still gonna test out this idea with the Royal Scots. Okay, so then the rest of their army, they've got some Bavarian musketeers over here. Bavarian veteran musketeers. Christ. How are these guys? Man, all of these guys are fairly good at shooting, except for these. Oh, okay, so this is where we'll match up our royal recruits, is with them. Okay, so we'll put our Germans on this side. We'll put our royal recruits in the middle, and then our Swiss over here. And we will deploy our artillery to help out on this end and over with our royal recruits. So let's get our Germans lined up over here, and our Swiss over here, and our royal recruits here in the middle. You guys we're gonna park on the road, and then you guys, I don't know, we'll find a spot for you somewhere. And if I switch you to canister, what's your range like? Very short, but I think that's what we're gonna need for this battle. And you're using grape shot, so probably won't switch you to grape shot for a while, because you're gonna burn through your ammunition really quickly. And then our grenadiers. Our grenadiers I might hold in reserve. Just because we are a little lacking in guys that can stop them if their cavalry decides to charge us, or if any of these guys just decide to charge us. Okay, let's go. Let's get you guys into position over here. Maybe I even have like the German Fusiliers ready to plug a hole should the recruits retreat. And then you guys are going to run the long way around. Grenadiers are going to move up too. Get everyone across the river. And then let's start getting our veteran Germans in position. And so the reason I'm using the Royal Scots is because these guys can move. Like they're keeping pace with the cavalry. They just have like insanely high base movement speed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have them move with the cavalry, and they will bait the enemy cavalry, and they will just run into a wall of lead with the Royal Scots. And these guys can absorb damage much better than the cavalry can. Because if these guys lose 100 units, that's just 1/12 of their manpower, whereas like if my Royal Cavalry lose 100 units, that's 1/6 of their manpower. So that's how we're going to be using them. Okay. I forgot to get you guys all lined up, so let's go ahead and do that real quick. Start getting you guys into a line here. Maybe we come back a little bit while we're getting our cavalry into position. Okay, so here come the cuirassiers. Are these guys? They have a low charge and good melee, so I'm not as concerned about them doing a lot of damage on the charge, at least. Here, let's see if we can charge in, hit them in the side. Or hit them just like when they're not ready. We'll send our gendarmerie to help out over there. Our Royal Scots are taking a lot of damage. Let's see if we can pull back a little bit with them. Oh, they've almost shattered. Sheesh. How are we doing over here? There's a charge coming in here. So let's help out. Let's bring our general over. Their dragoons are coming in. Need to respect them a little bit. And let's help out here. Okay, let's get ready for the dragoons. Here they come. Okay, everything over there seems to be going well. Okay, did you guys rally? Yes. Okay, let's bring our cavalry back. They're all pretty exhausted, so I want to give them a break. Unfortunately, we didn't destroy any of these units when we had the chance. Oh, our grenadiers just kept going. Okay, let's charge into these Christ Musketeers and try and knock them out. And let's give the artillery a hole to fire through here. Here, let's get across the river on double time. Dang it. Okay, let's fall back now. Okay, let's bring the provincial cavalry over here. You guys pull back. Our heavy cavalry, we need to rest. They've taken a beating. Okay. I forgot about my German Fusiliers. We can get them in the battle over here. Let's start swinging our light cavalry around. And I'm gonna have them chase down those Bavarian Musketeers. The Royal Scots will eat a volley, and then we'll charge in on both sides. start moving you guys into position to help out. And I don't want you guys getting like a ton of kills. I'd rather the provincial cavalry rack up those kills. You guys have had some time to recover. Let's come over here. You guys are doing well, still getting kills. You guys are getting a bunch of kills. Okay, let's hold fire now that we've got our guys closing in. And I want our grenadiers to go in there and make contact. And we'll charge in the gendarmerie. Nice. Alright, so I definitely want to try that again with the Royal Scots, but I think I need to time it better so that my cavalry is able to come in and relieve them instead of getting bogged down fighting like a million dragoons. I really like that veterancy, but we're going to take the money and ammunition just so we can be sure that we can open up a new brigade and bring on those dragoons. And I think this is actually going to end up being our second, or like our mixed melee cavalry infantry brigade, just because we got a fairly good trait. Fairly good melee trait. And then cavalry. We need good cavalry traits. Which, the extra charge is good. I also like the stamina, but we already have a stamina guy down here. Maybe we re-roll. Oh, here we go. This is better. We can get the melee and the charge bonus. I like the 15% cavalry charge, but let's do this one. Then we don't take the increased officer death chance as well. We can sell that, sell that. And let's come over here. Let's go ahead and buy up a new brigade. And let's buy these dragoons. And they are now the first unit to have carbines. Congratulations. We can outfit them with some riding boots. We can sell that because we're not going to get any light infantry. And then what else can I give them? Maybe gun picks? There. So they're going to be a little speedy for dragoons, which is fine. I just want them to get in, get a shot off, and then leave the fighting to the others. So we need one more point of veterancy for them. These guys and these guys. So we're going to get artillery out of this, so we can go ahead and make them an artillery unit. I would need to buy a cannon. But we could get like a bronze 6-pounder or an iron 3-pounder or an iron howitzer. Yeah, let's go ahead and turn them into artillery. And we will buy... I'm trying to think if we want to give them a bronze 6-pounder or not. Or if we'd rather save a little bit more money and just go with the iron 6-pounder howitzer. I mean, the range on this is pretty poor. Accuracy's a little worse as well. I guess the question is, will I regret getting a howitzer? Here, let's just get him the bronze. And you can take that, and then you can have that one. You guys can actually upgrade. So you'll be slightly more accurate, a little worse at reloading. And you'll have more men. That also helps with our manpower problems. Let's then guys a real bayonet. And you have a spontoon, that's good. What can we give you? You don't need that morale. You can take that. And I'll give it back to you. There you go. And I want to see if there's an experience treatise in this place. They do have a good spontoon. And no experience treatise, unfortunately. Anything else I should grab while I'm here? They do have excellent beer. For cavalry weapons, there's an excellent dragoon sword, but I might as well just get like a palash sword instead. So I'm holding on to my items because if I come over here, I can sell them for more. So that's kind of why I'm not keen to sell anything here. But I might buy the palash sword. What did we have here again? I think there need to be more treatises for cavalry, because you have like a lot of dedicated infantry treatises, you have dedicated artillery treatises, but the only cavalry treatises are like this morale melee damage one and the experience treatise. I feel like cavalry is getting the short end of the stick when it comes to these treatises. The engineer is decent. I could give the engineer to one of our artillery. I know that there's an event that uses an engineer, so I would love to be able to guarantee that event. Here, let's switch out your grape shot. Our German Fusiliers can upgrade, so let's do that for them. And then the Swiss, I think, need one more veterancy, so we'll hold off on that. We'll take away your haversack and give you that. I'm holding out. What am I going to turn you into is the real question. We're gonna get one more artillery. Do we need more line infantry? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, so we need I would like to have 2 more line infantry. Yeah. Yeah, let's get 2 more line infantry units. So from here, let's come over here, see what they have. And then we might raid Offenburg down, because I don't see us coming back to this area. What we want to do is make a loop here. So let's come over here. We're eating through a lot of food. I need to buy up a bunch of food. Now let's sell some things. Sell off these items. Oh, okay. Here's a really good veterancy gain treatise. I think I'm gonna buy that. So yeah, we'll sell off those items. Let's also buy that. See if there's any really good weapons in here. There's a Palash sword, which I like. Here we've got excellent tea. Excellent Tompion. Gunsmith. We're doing okay for right now. Oh my gosh. They got the Shuvalovs here. As for barracks, they've got a bunch of HRE units. These guys have really poor morale, which is concerning. And they're not especially cheap either, so I don't think I'll be able to afford them unless I sell like a lot of stuff, and it's fine. I'm not going to do that. Let's go ahead and maybe we sell off one of our Neustadts. Let's sell a Neustadt. We still have 2 more muskets that we will hand off to our new units. Large cartridge box is useful, so I'm not going to sell that. The Hussar Saber, everyone has cavalry item, right? So I don't need to keep a Hussar Saber. The Grape Shot I'm keeping for now, because unless I buy canister, this is, I mean, the next best thing that we have for our artillery. Yeah, let's just sell off those things, and let's buy a good Palash sword to give to our French Rural Cavalry. And then we can give our Dragoons this Cuirassier sword. Give them Dragoon sword. Yeah, okay. I feel better about that. Let's also get this treatise equipped to someone. So I'm thinking ideally you. Here, take that, give you that. Okay. Now we can solve the Hussar Saber. And is there anything else that we necessarily want to buy here? A new officer would be good. Oh man, those are some very expensive officers. This is actually a really good like line officer. Yeah, this is actually a fairly good line officer, but we don't have the money for him. And we need to buy up a bunch of food. Maybe we just buy up food here, and then we proceed along our way. Let's swing down here to this convoy. Yeah, we don't have money for anything, so we'll just seize the basic stuff. And then we'll come over here. Those guys are on the run. We'll catch up to them. And we will fight them. They've got Imperial Hussars. Okay. Some provincial cavalry. Dragoons. And lots of infantry. Alright then. Let's see, Palatine Musketeers. These guys are going to be fairly decent in melee, not as great shooting. The Württembergers are like our French Fusiliers. They should reload pretty quickly. But they're not like amazing at accuracy, and they're not amazing in melee. Okay. So let's do this. Let's... I'm thinking long term, I might need to give these guys howitzers because the canister takes a little bit of micro, and if I'm trying to use the cavalry a lot, the cavalry take a lot of micro, and so I just won't have time to be microing the artillery. So maybe in the long term, I'll need to give them howitzers. But for right now, they're fine with these field guns. Okay, what I think is we set up a defensive position here. We let them come towards us. We have our cavalry over here, ready to take out these Württemberger Grenadiers. And we keep our own French grenadiers in reserve, ready to respond if the Palatines charge into us. So let's put the Swiss over here, the Germans here. Our one royal recruit will be towards the middle. With our French grenadiers here. And our Royaux grenadiers over here. Well, more like over here. Put our canister artillery over here. And then our other guns over here. The Royal Scots I will have here on the wing, and I can use them maybe once we shatter the Württemberger Grenadiers. I can use them to move up a little bit. Let's then get our cavalry over here. And our general. And that's everyone, so let's deploy. Let's bring forward the artillery. Bring up the Swiss. Bring up our royal boys. Let's get them on the road, because then they're able to regenerate a little bit of stamina. Maybe I put the Royal Scots like over here. Let's get all of the cavalry over here. Goons, provincials. Move the general up. You guys will be in reserve here. And then the Germans will need to move up. Okay. I think that's everyone. And they don't have artillery, right? No, they don't. So let's get you guys set up here. Let's get the Royal Scots moving. All cavalry moving over here. Swiss spreading out. Our royal recruits. Maybe I bring you guys out here on the edge. And we'll have this gap to fire through. Let's try to straighten the line a little bit more, so we're not like getting shot in the flank, hopefully. French Grenadiers will be here to support. Royaux will be over here. Maybe we turn here, bring you guys over. Maybe we turn our line a little bit over here. Okay, I like that. Dude, don't shoot the Feldjägers. Move up a little bit with these guys. Get the Royal Scots into a line for now. You guys can fire at will. I might turn them some more, just depending on how their line advances. You guys are using like almost no ammunition. Which, I mean, I'm fine with, but kind of funky. Let's get our gendarmerie moving. Maybe they can get the attention of these units, and then we can bring our heavy cavalry in from over here. Let's turn out a little bit more, just in case. You don't hit those Feldjägers, please. Actually, gonna switch you guys to canister now. Gonna move you over a little bit. Gendarmerie got a little messed up. Their dragoons are starting to move in. Okay, things look doing okay here. See if we can attract them north a little bit while the provincials try to run down those grenadiers and make sure that they shatter. So, big cavalry battle over here. Where's the general? Oh, come up here. You hold your fire for a minute. You advance. Let's see what's going on over here. Try to chase down those hussars. You guys need to start coming back. Our dragoons just might be done, I don't know. Okay, what's going on over here again? Our recruits back on the line. Bring the general over here. Dragoons recovered. Let's get them behind our veteran fusiliers. And I know that provincial cavalry is coming in, so let's get ready to hit them. Let's just switch you over. Oh. I wasn't paying attention. And that provincial cavalry closed in faster than I expected. Hopefully they'll get a volley off. And let's have our provincials. What do they have over here? Palatine Musketeers. There's like 5 of them. Put you guys to buckshot. Those guys are sorted. All of our artillery can now focus over here. You need to help get rid of these grenadiers. As do you, probably. Okay. So that was a little messy, but we got it done. I'm gonna go ahead and take okay, these are actually fairly decent items for us. I'm gonna go ahead and take the veterancy, I think, because really want these royal recruits to level up, really want the provincial cavalry to level up. And our dragoons, too. Okay, you're not line brigade, you are going to be our mixed melee brigade. Speaking of which, this one is okay. Okay, line. I like the extra range at the expense of charge. And then for our artillery, accuracy and range. Okay, those were all fairly decent, decent rolls when it comes to officer traits. We can sell that. And we can level up our provincial cavalry and turn them into dragoons. Okay, these guys are actually taking an accuracy debuff here, so I'm going to switch them out over here. And we'll switch out our gendarmerie as well. So all of our heavy cavalry will be over here. And then this is going to be our light cavalry with our grenadiers. They still need some more veterancy to get to the Swiss. They don't need ammunition right now. They don't have a carbine. Okay, so fire damage and accuracy. I also just have these good earthworks sitting in here, so I need to be spending this money a little bit. Okay. Now all of our cavalry has armor, that's good. Let's see what else we can do for them. We've got these rations. Now that you're dragoons, I'm not as concerned about your morale. I mean, beer still helps with morale, so that's good. Let's give you a canteen instead. And let's go ahead and give some of these good earthworks. Maybe you guys. And I could take away their cross pendants, give them the spontoon back again. I'm gonna give them a Bible. They take a little less damage. Okay. So now who do we give this good treatise to? Maybe we switch it out for the Tompions. Oh no, let's I could switch out the cross pendants. Here, we don't necessarily need the shepherd's axe on you guys. So you can take that. And let's give you... Here, let's give you the better treatise. And we can probably sell this one off. No one else would really need it. I mean, we could give it to this Royal Scots, but... I'm going to take away your infantry hanger, because I haven't been using you in melee as much. I'm going to give you... probably this Tompion. Maybe be a little more accurate. And then tobacco we can give to the German Fusiliers. This coffee, maybe we put it on... Maybe we put it on you guys, so you'll reload a little faster. And... let's upgrade you. We'll give you the spirit rations because you're not shooting yet. You don't have a carbine. You can take a beer. Maybe I give you guys another spirit ration. Or like a spirit ration, I should say. Everyone else... Yeah, let's just give you the one upgrade and then give you some riding boots, I guess. Move around a little bit faster. And let's get you upgraded. I'll give you cheese. And I'll upgrade you and give you a haversack. I can probably sell that off. No one really needs it. Sturdy shoes, probably not really needed. And I'll sell off the Potsdam too. Okay. With that, let's go ahead. See if there's anything of interest here. There is another veterancy treatise, which I do like. Still really need to get some more veterancy on our guys. I'm very tempted to buy it. How are we for officers? This one actually isn't a bad artillery officer. We already have an artillery officer. I might buy this guy. The move speed is okay, but precise is fairly good. Stamina is also decent. I'm just trying to figure out, do I want to spend like an extra 125 gold for this guy? Just to take precise and impetuous. I think it's not bad. Let's do it. And then we can put our Royal Scots over here. And what I'm thinking is that this will be like our German line brigade. Because the Germans, they kind of like to move around a little bit more. They're a little bit faster than the Swiss are. So I'm thinking that we try to put more of our like faster German units over here, and then we can like redeploy them quickly, at least more quickly than we can the Swiss. Okay. I didn't even check the barracks. Do they even have units here? They do, but they're not ideal units, I think. Gunsmith, yeah, they have some guns here. They have a really expensive carbine, and they have a cheaper carbine, but these will add like free stats to our units. So I really should pick them up. And the Jönköping adds like a little bit of everything. I mean, it adds 9 in both melee and charge. So we'll give that to our French Royal Cavalry. That's kind of who we're like trying to stack up. And then these two are mostly charge. So I'm going to give them to the Gendarmerie to increase their charge some more. And our Dragoons, they're going to go without for right now. Do I want this still? I think I do. Let's buy it. And let's put it on someone. Maybe our royal recruits. To really make sure that they level up after the next battle. And then what are we at? Day 47. We need to keep raiding. So I think, and we'll have food to force march, so I think we raid this city down, and then we start force marching to get ahead of the time a little bit. It would also help if we stopped notifying the headquarters. Hopefully some of these events will, I forgot about winter. Hopefully some of these events will allow us to delay the HQ. Oh, this was good. These were actually really good items that we got. Let's give you guys a good jacket, a good heavy jacket, I should say. What is this, 15%? Here, we'll give it to you. Now you're not taking a hit to your stamina. We'll give you that. And we'll open up a slot here to give you great coats. And then we've got this excellent tobacco that we can give to our Swiss veterans. And we'll give you the normal tobacco. And then for these medicinal herbs, we could yeah, let's maybe put it on our royal recruits. We'll take off a teensy bit of accuracy and reload, and now they won't lose as much manpower. Okay. Oh, and we have these large canteens. Who's using... Let's give it to you. Anyone else? I could switch you guys. Maybe a little bit slower. Maybe I'll do that. Yeah, you're a little bit slower now, but you've got more stamina. Okay. Let's now force march. Let's hit up this convoy. I didn't expect to come around this way. That's kind of interesting. And I'm gonna take their beer. And we'll give you guys the excellent beer. And maybe we open a slot for you and give you beer. Okay, let's go ahead and keep force marching down. Check out this convoy. I would love to fight the weak field army, but we need to delay the HQ. And we got some pretty good items out of it. So we can give you better coffee. Or we could give you guys coffee. And we've got these good toe worms. So I'm thinking we switch you out. We've got these good canteens. We can switch those out. So the artillery really benefited from that. Let's then continue on, keep on force marching our way down here. We'll get our Royal Artillery when we get to this convoy. So, what are some things that we can sell off? Could buy a little bit of manpower here. Maybe just like one thing of manpower. What have we got here? Excellent ramrods, excellent horseshoes, excellent cuirassier sword, good basket hilt. But I think we really need to be saving up our money. So I think I'm not gonna... I think I shouldn't buy anything here, because we really need to, like, sell and then raid this town. So let's sell off these. Got a ton of toe worms. I probably don't need that many. The riding boots I don't really need. The cheese I can probably sell off. Okay, so let's do that. Nothing too interesting here. Nothing amazing here. I do like these iron ramrods, but I mean, the gunner implements are good too. Maybe I... No, let's just save the money. So let's raid. Make sure everyone's replenishing. Okay, and then keep raiding. Okay. Got a really great jacket out of that. Maybe we'll take the reload here. And then the heavy jacket, you guys can just take that. Unless we want to give it to you. Maybe we will. Here, you guys take that heavy jacket. You guys take the good greatcoat. And now I can sell off this heavy jacket. The next town we get to. Let's keep on marching. Check out the supply cache real quick. Nice. And then proceed to the convoy. Okay, no towns sighted nearby. Let's do conduct a thorough search. Okay, we took some attrition, but we got artillery out of it. And they are equipped with bronze 12-pounders, very nice. We'll give them the grape shot. Give them toe worm and a canteen. Maybe I give them... Here, maybe we do this. Okay. So maybe we give them the engineer, the canister, this, and the toe worm. Or, yeah, perhaps make them reload a little faster. Oh, and here, let's give them the ammunition chest. And then you guys can take back that. feel like I have a lot of items I want to give them, but okay, there. So now, do we have anything to give you guys? It's a haversack, and here's a large haversack. And a toe worm. You already have a good toe worm. Anything else I can give you? Could give you the cross pendant for the morale. This we can sell off. Okay. Let's then keep on moving. I could get a recruit infantry unit. Okay. Oh, these guys are about to level up. So let's give you both of these items. And that. We'll give you the Soul. You guys. Like a canteen. And a toe worm. Now we just need one more unit to round out the army. Okay, I still need to raid 2 more settlements. Let's keep on force marching this way. But now I wonder if it would be advantageous to like proceed this way instead of coming back up through here and having to march really far out there. And I still need to raid 2 towns. Or do I cross over the mountains? Here's the thing, right? I want to beat up on these patrols a little bit more to get our army a little stronger. So if we come this way, there's just the 1 patrol. Come over here, there's potentially 3 patrols that we would fight. Maybe I cross over the mountain and we fight at least 2 of these patrols, and then we can come over here, fight them, maybe try to make our way over here like this. Come visit this slum. Oh, winter is here, so we can't be force marching around everywhere now. Let me get some more reservists. I only need 5 more reservists. Oh man, I hope this doesn't kill one of our officers. Okay. And then we'll go ahead and fight this field army, and that will be the last battle of this episode. What have they got? Some Tatar cavalry. Lots of Saxon veteran artillery. Palatine Grenadiers, lots of Palatine units. So this is a very melee heavy army. Okay, so the veteran musketeers are over here. And then lots of these Palatine units. Oh, okay. This is one of the maps that I really like, but I didn't recognize it because it's winter. That's really cool. Well, we'll do our usual and try to hold a defensive line over here. We might have to provoke them, but that's easily done. Okay, so let's go ahead and get our Germans set up over here along with the Royal Scots. We'll have our Royal Recruits situated in the middle, with our Swiss holding the flank. And I probably should have given another unit buckshot. Not the buckshot, the grape shot, but oh well. And I'll probably just park all of our artillery along the road. Probably not going to utilize the hill because that seems a little too far forward. Especially considering this is a pretty melee heavy army. I would be worried about them coming in and charging into like my my rural recruits, which are going to break pretty easily in a charge. Let's put the battalion artillery out there. Actually, let's do you, and then you, and you. Let me switch you guys. Okay. Where are my... Okay, so there's the Swiss. Let's get our cavalry over here. Along with our... And our grenadiers will be back here. Our heavy cavalry we'll have over here. And then dragoons. One other slight optimization I could have made was I could have given them ammunition to do a little bit more damage. But maybe I will have my cavalry come in on this flank, because I feel like whenever I do this setup, they do funky things on this side of the line. So maybe I can exploit that with my cavalry. And so I'll take our gendarmerie and our dragoons. And I'm going to keep our heavier cavalry in reserve a little bit, just in case their line gets a little feisty. Okay. Grenadiers move up. Let's take a peek at their Tatars. Yeah, they've got really high charge. Really, really good. They're also good in melee. Definitely scary. I think if possible, we want our cavalry to avoid fighting these Tatars, because they're going to do a lot of charge damage, which our items like this that reduce melee damage, I don't think that does a thing when it comes to charge damage. See how their Tatars are deploying. Honestly, just kind of sticking with the artillery. Go ahead and start setting up here. The Germans don't need to be quite so far forward. Spread you guys out a little bit, and you guys too. The Royal Scots, yeah, we'll have them swing wide. And we'll try to get in close with the buckshot and open up on them. Those guys are almost in position. Let's move the heavy cav up. Also move our general up. Shouldn't be back here. And start to bring you guys out over here. You need to unlimber. You guys switch to buckshot. And let's actually see if we can't... Let's see if we can't engage them in the river with the veteran Fusiliers. Their Tatars are moving over here. Let's focus on those grenadiers. Let's move up our own grenadiers. And then let's move up our heavy cavalry support over here. Yeah, they look like they're getting ready to charge in. They are. Keep an eye on the Tatars. And let's have our dragoons out front. Pull our guys back. You guys come back. The dragoons might just shatter, we'll see. Hopefully they won't. Okay. They didn't shatter, thankfully. Let's then charge in here. Take these guys out before the Tatars recover. Here, let's see if we can hit them and them to stop. Oops. Are these guys done? Yeah, they're done. Oh, we're just getting a shot? That's kind of lame. Okay, let's pull up then. Okay, nice. We held them. They, unfortunately... Oh, shoot. All artillery, focus here if you can. Okay, those royal recruits won't shatter. That's good. I told them to hold their fire, so that was my bad. I was too busy tracking what else was going on. So the Royal Scots took... Honestly, they didn't take that much damage, but it was more than what they should have. Let's get all of our artillery firing on that guy. Hold your fire. I think only these guys can come back now. Yeah, they're not gonna rally. Let's just make sure that we are ready. Yeah. Here they come, closing in, and fire. Nice. Okay. We did get some pretty good loot from that. We are hurting for manpower, though. So I might be forced to take the manpower after that battle, just so that we are then ready to fight these other armies. So let's go ahead and take the replenishment. I would have loved to take the veterancy, but we really needed to make sure that we were ready for the next fight. And let's give everyone ammunition and strip those who don't have carbines. Okay, yeah, so it's just you two. Heavy Cavalry Brigade. None of these are good for you. This one is decent. And then we can sell that off. Give you the good coffee. We'll sell this. Oh, we got another skull cap for our cavalry. That's good. Along with Chevaux de Frise. Oh, you guys can finally upgrade into Swiss. And I'm gonna switch over. I'm gonna switch over you and put you over here because this is gonna be like our Swiss line brigade. And instead of the medicinal herbs, we'll give you some coffee. And you guys, I'm going to upgrade, give you Chevaux de Frise. Maybe we can try to get everyone to 5 upgrades. Over here... Honestly, our Dragoon unit that routed didn't take that much damage. what I'm thinking is we give both of you crosses just to help out with your morale a little bit. And then you will give this limber chest. We'll give you a better haversack so you can be a little bit more willing to fight. And then with our gendarmerie, and give them these really good riding boots so that they're even faster. Or we could give them a canteen. But I'll give them the boots. Royal Grenadiers still need a little bit more. You already have your 5th upgrade. I didn't realize these guys had spontoons, but I'm okay with that. Maybe we upgrade you and then give you a canteen. With our veteran fusiliers, I'll give them this cartridge box. And you guys... Here, I think you guys could use a haversack. You're still pretty low veterancy unit. And last but not least, let's give you the medicinal herbs. You're probably going to be taking a bunch of casualties since you're just since you're just a little recruit. Anyway, I think that will end this episode. We've done fairly well. Maybe could have fought those battles a little better, but I'm not too fussed about it. We didn't lose any units. We're sitting on a good amount of money. We've got an okay amount of food. I'd like to visit a town, buy some more food, and then raid it. That would be awesome. So yeah, I'm just trying to think. I don't think we'll have time to like go south and fight this patrol. So I think we're probably gonna head east here. Maybe find a village, raid it, fight the patrol, and then come over here and probably buy everything that we can, starting with food and then items, and then we'll head out, fight that encamped army. Maybe we'll get to this one. I just don't know. The time is not on our side unless we find some random events that can help resolve that. In any case, that's it for this episode. Thanks everybody for watching. Really appreciate it. As always, if you're enjoying the content, please leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe. I appreciate you all, and we'll see you in the next video.